Hello and welcome. Today, we're cracking open the playbook on one of my absolute favorite genres. We are going to go step by step through the blueprint for writing your very own cozy mystery. You know that feeling, right? You're reading a mystery, you're so sure you know who the killer is. And you think to yourself, hey, I could totally write one of these. Well, guess what? Today is the day we turn that little thought into a real, concrete plan. Okay, so let's be clear on what we're talking about. We're diving into cozies. And the real magic here is the tone. It's this amazing mix of humor and serious stakes. We're talking about a world where the murder is, bloodless, the stakes are super personal, and the puzzle, well, the puzzle is everything. So think less CSI and more small-town secrets. And here's the best part. What we're unpacking today isn't just theory. This is a practical, honest-to-goodness blueprint that was used to build an entire novel called Murder on Maple from the ground up. So we're basically getting a peek at the secret architectural plans behind a finished whodunit. How cool is that? Okay, first things first, before you can even think about a crime, you need a world for that crime to actually happen in. This is all about laying the foundation, and that starts with the people who are going to bring your story to life. Every great cozy mystery town has its classic cast, right? You've got to have your clever amateur detective, a funny sidekick who's great for bouncing ideas off of, and of course, a slightly stressed out but helpful police chief. And let's be real, no small town is complete without some nosy neighbors and a whole lineup of potential culprits. So, to make this real, let's meet the protagonist from our blueprint novel. This is Maggie West. Now, she's not a detective, she's a real estate agent. And this is such a classic cozy move. You give your hero a job that lets them naturally snoop around, get into people's houses, and talk to literally everyone in town. It's perfect. And this right here, this shows you the level of detail you need right from the get-go. It's not just a job title, it's a whole personality. A solid character bio gives you their voice, their quirks, and those core traits that are going to make them stick their nose where it doesn't belong and, actually solve the crime. All right, so you've got your world, you've got your hero. Now for the really fun part, the murder. Crafting that central crime, that is the engine that's going to drive your entire story. If you break it down, the whole process really rests on three core pillars. First, you've got to design the crime itself. Then you strategically scatter your clues and your red herrings. These are the breadcrumbs for both your detective and your reader. And finally, you build a totally believable lineup of suspects. In our example, Murder on Maple, the crime is just perfectly cozy. The victim's found in a secret room. I mean, how intriguing is that? The murder is bloodless, which keeps the tone just right. And the motive? It's not some random act of violence. It's pure greed, tied to a secret family heirloom that's hiding diamonds. Classic. Absolutely classic. So, how does our hero even begin to figure this out? With clues, of course. And your job is to plant them so carefully. Some can be physical things, like a piece of torn fabric. Others are way more subtle, like weird phone records or an argument that someone just happens to overhear. And please never underestimate the power of small-town gossip. It is basically the Cozy Mysteries version of a top-tier intelligence network. Now, what is so smart about this slide is how it organizes all the chaos. A suspect grid like this one is going to be your best friend as a writer. For every single potential killer, you clearly lay out their motive, their opportunity, and everything else you need. Look at this. The widow needs cash, the cousin's in a hurry to sell, the lawyer's drowning in debt. Every single one of them is a plausible path to the truth. Okay, we've designed the world, we've designed the crime. Now let's talk about the how. Section 3 is all about the modern writer's toolkit. Because, let's face it, writing a novel these days doesn't have to be some lonely pen and paper affair. First up, let's set a tangible goal. How long should your book even be? Well, the sweet spot for a standard cozy is right around 65 to 75,000 words. That's long enough for a really satisfying mystery, but it's also snappy enough to keep readers excited for the next book in your series. Just having that target helps you pace your story out. Now, for what I think is a total game changer. The blueprint we're actually studying today was built in collaboration with AI. Now, this is not about letting a machine write your book for you. Not at all. It's about having a brainstorming partner that literally never gets tired. So the crucial thing is how you use it. You can ask an AI to help you brainstorm a bunch of titles or come up with a clever twist for a suspect you're working on.
You can even have it generate different dialogue options for a scene you're stuck on. It's just an incredible tool for exploring possibilities and for checking for those pesky plot holes you might have missed.
But listen, whether you're writing with an AI partner or flying solo, organization is everything. Your blueprint absolutely needs templates. I'm talking a detailed character bio for everyone, a clue tracker so you know who finds what and when, and of course, that all-important suspects grid we just saw. These documents are what will keep your brilliant, intricate plot from turning into a tangled mess.
And you know what? With a solid plan like this, the whole process can move surprisingly fast. This blueprint actually lays out a timeline where the entire foundation, the characters, the setting, the full mystery plot, is built in just 3 weeks. After that, it's all about writing and refining. This makes that huge idea of finishing a novel feel so much more achievable, doesn't it?
So there you have it. The complete blueprint, from character types all the way to chapter outlines. All the tools are right here, on the table. The only question left is, what mystery is waiting in that little town you're about to create? What's the very first secret it's ready to give up?